Tonight, authorities are investigating multiple bomb threats targeting school districts across the state.
Some of those schools right here in Central Ohio, and we do know that all students are safe and all were determined to be hoax calls. High schools in Bexley, Gahanna, Lancaster, and Worthington were all targeted. And in Columbus, police say today officers got word of a threat at Metro Early College High School.
Ottawa Hills schools outside Toledo also locked down due to a bomb threat. And similar threats came into districts in Northeast Ohio. We have live team coverage on the investigations in Central Ohio. 10 TV's Kevin Landers and Catherine Simon are on the ground at Bexley and Worthington.
And Kevin, we start with you in Bexley. While no credible threats were called in there, it's still pretty frightening stuff, and they have to take a full awareness in this approach.
Absolutely, they take it very seriously. You know, police in Columbus, Gahanna, and Bexley have yet to say what the motive is behind all of these bomb threat calls at schools like the one you see behind me. The good news is no bomb was found.
No one was allowed inside Bexley High School when the building went under lockdown around 11 a.m. Police brought in a bomb-sniffing dog to sweep the high school and middle school and found nothing. At the time of the threat, students were taking their SAT tests in the gym. They were asked to shelter in place until the all clear, which lasted about a half hour. A similar situation happened at Columbus Metro Early College High School. Columbus police responded, but no bomb was found there either. Gahanna Lincoln High School evacuated students to Clark Hall after it received a similar bomb scare from an unknown caller. Schools train for these kinds of scenarios, and they say it's important to let parents know as soon as possible what's happening to their children.
We sent messages to our families twice. Normally our protocol is as soon as we have some solid information that we need to share, we want parents to know right away what's happening, but we would tell them as soon as the situation is resolved or we have more information that we will let them know.
Now, Bexley's police chief tells me he believes these calls across the city and the state were connected, meaning that these were all targeted at schools. By the way, if you make false reports to induce panic in Ohio, that is punishable by a 4th-degree felony. Right now, in terms of the motive, local police tell me that they're relying on the federal authorities to figure that part out. Reporting live in Bexley, Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.
Yeah, it's still scary. Thank you, Kevin. And we want to get out now to 10 TV's Catherine Simon in Worthington. Catherine, a stressful day there as well for the district, and the superintendent sent out a letter to parents. What did that letter say?
Well, Stacia, the district superintendent's letter to families said that both Thomas Worthington and Worthington Kilbourne High Schools received threatening phone calls today from an unknown caller. Worthington Superintendent Trent Bowers said law enforcement were immediately notified. He said they believe they were swatting calls and part of a pattern across the region, but they take every threat seriously. He said the high schools had extra security as police did their sweep, and the elementary and middle schools were locked out, meaning no one was allowed to enter or exit the buildings. The FBI confirms they are investigating threats around the state. Former FBI agent Harry Trombitis says calls like this are taken very seriously.
The majority of time, the motives of these calls is disruption and to cause havoc, not only for the school, but for law enforcement and their response.
Trombitis also mentioned a few times throughout our interview that calls like this aren't made in a vacuum. He says someone out there knows who is behind these threats, and he encourages anyone who may know something to contact law enforcement. Reporting live in Worthington, Catherine Simon, 10 TV News.